Welcome to Navigating Now. This is episode 255. One of my favorite series we're bringing you today. It is our Meet the Team series. And I'm here alongside Trevor Ladd. He is our new Vice President of Account Growth. One of the reasons why I love this series is because we get to learn a little bit about Trevor, the practitioner, but also the person. So, Trevor, let's get started, shall we?
Sounds good. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, would love to have you here. And let's go with one word for how you're coming in today.
Excited.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. We'll keep that rolling then. So Trevor's coming in excited. Let's talk about, your first day actually with Thoughtium, if we could start there, because it was a little, let's call it atypical.
Yeah. I parachuted into our team's offsite over the summer. My first day, we started off with some yoga and meditation. We went for a nice nature walk, and then we talked about the future of the business for a few hours. So I think it was a very well-rounded first day as far as they go.
Yeah, my gosh. Yeah. Full offsite, South Haven, Michigan. For those who probably know, we have an annual offsite every year. We go to a different place in the U.S. thus far, trying to go international, news to you potentially. And yeah, we were in Michigan. It was kind of a camp style. We had some s'mores. We had some good conversations around a campfire. We also you left out, we had this Olympic game.
Yes.
Chart.
Well,
what team were you on?
We were not a cult. That was our slogan.
We're not a cult.
Just to clarify that we are not a cult. So, it was important for us to put it right in the name.
Sure. Yeah. And you guys, I think, were the victors.
We were. Yeah.
So
not that anybody's counting.
Yeah. Very much setting the tone. Well, Trevor, so that was day one. That was a few months ago. From my perspective, it feels like you've been here for quite some time.
Likewise. It has felt like a year, but still growing every day. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, you're really setting the bar for us. We're putting so much more focus and intentionality in managing our accounts and building our existing relationships here at Thoughtium. And again, you're really leading the charge. So thank you for that already.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So we kind of started with first day at Thoughtium. Let's take it a few steps back. So what led you to Thoughtium? What really maybe stood out to you?
I mean, at the end of the day, I love this space. I love nothing more than working with talent owners to learn more about their business, learn more about their audiences, and new and unique ways that we can help them meet their audience's needs and their people's needs. That is what I love doing. And what I thought was the most different about Thoughtium is that we focus on truly just holding the space for people to lean into that and holding the space for both talent owners to lean into the discussion of what do my people need? How can I serve them in new ways? But also for their own people to really create the space for them to think about their own leadership and how they show up in it. So I thought that felt very different to what I had seen in the past. And I was excited to experiment with what that could look like moving forward.
Very cool. What I'm hearing is creating the space, not just for participants, but we do so in our client meetings. It's even for our own team. We make intentional space for a lot of things, curiosity. What are the other kind of things that you really notice that we bring forward?
I do think to your first comment there, it is the focus on the partnership itself as an end in and of itself. It is easy for us to get wrapped up in the work and the engagement and driving that exciting pilot, that exciting sales kickoff, that offsite. But I think let's not overlook the power of the partnership and how we evolve through that partnership as well. The way we go about doing the work and the way we go about partnering with our clients is as much of an outcome. And I think the more we can focus on that and the more we can kind of sit in that, the better.
I love that. The people side of the work that we do. I love it. So tell me this, Trevor. We like to think of our team having superpowers because oftentimes people are hiring for culture fits and we like to find culture adds. So if you could describe yourself, or if it's easier to think of how someone else, maybe Grift, for example, what would you say your superpower is?
Well, I take a lot of pride in my ability to distill others' thoughts and distill others' ideas into something that brings more clarity to the team. So for example, right now at Thoughtium, we are in the process of distilling who are we, what are we to our clients, what are we to their businesses, and even to our own business. And I've appreciated leaning into those conversations and just being very curious with the rest of the leadership team of where are we going, where have we been, and how might we distill this into a simpler, clearer, and more focused message, both for ourselves and for others.
That's such a good, not that there's a bad answer, but I really love that answer because in even our engagements together, I'll just kind of sometimes come with, let's just call it spaghetti on the wall, or just, a lot of just different ideas and things that may not fully connect to each other,
Mhm.
but somehow you pull that out. Like what I'm hearing is, I
Mhm.
mean, it's, your typical consultant, but you do it so well.
Mhm.
And even in the little moments, he's
Mhm.
able to like really be concise and capture what I'm trying to express. I'm like, yes, you said it so well. So that truly is a superpower.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Yes. Okay. Let's talk about this. So it's, almost Christmas, kind of crazy,
Mhm.
almost the end of the year. We're looking at 2026.
Mhm.
We have some excitement, some energy really built up. What are
Mhm.
you most looking forward to
Hmm.
for Thoughtium and just for yourself as a person?
For Thoughtium, what I'm most excited is to continue to build a lot of momentum that we have in our team internally to get better at being those sounding boards to our clients, at
Mhm.
being those listeners to our clients. We have a lot of incredibly strong practitioners who have been in this field for a long time and know their subject matter inside and out. And there's a lot of excitement right now in the team to lean more into how do we translate that to stronger relationships, to more organic relationships with our clients. So I'm really excited to continue that work with the team internally and to capitalize on that momentum going into next year.
Mhm.
The other thing personally is we have some really exciting new client relationships that we're kicking off. And selfishly, my favorite part of every engagement is actually the very beginning when we are first learning about their business, their language, their culture,
Mhm.
and just getting to be a sponge and just learn as much as we can about their business so that we appear as part of their team, and so that we speak their language and sound and taste and look just like them. So I'm really excited to continue that work with those clients that are newest to us.
Very cool. What I'm hearing is like we call it discovery. So the discovery process, learning about not just the learner's needs, but also before that the organization that we're working with,
Mhm.
the clients, and so forth. Before you became a consultant and then the L&D space, where was this like sense of maybe discovery or research like really showing up? Maybe as you as a kid,
Mhm.
in school. What kind of comes to mind?
Well, I was an English literature major in university, and you could say what you want about the applicability of that major, but I actually think it translates very well to what we do now, because what you're doing is you're going through an author's series of works and you are crafting your own thesis about those works,
Mm.
and you are finding evidence across their body of work to then back up that thesis, and you are putting it back into your own words and back on the page in a way that reflects that message to an audience. So I think very similar to what we do in terms of diagnosing an audience, distilling what that audience needs, and capturing that in our own thesis. For me, of everything I studied, that's what translated the most easily. And I think that's what kind of led to some of what I'm passionate about today.
Yeah, man. I've never thought of it as a thesis, but that
Mhm.
is exactly what it is.
Mhm.
Did you have to write a thesis in school?
I did.
All right, hit us with the tagline.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I could remember what the title was. It was something very dark and foreboding. It had to do with romanticism in mid-century England. So there's a little bit of,
Okay.
Edgar Allan Poe and such kind of distilling in there. So
Huh.
I'll go back and dig it up from the archives. Maybe on the next episode we can bring that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll table that
Yeah,
one
yeah.
and we'll bring it back to you guys
Yeah.
next time. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to take that one offline. Edgar Allan Poe. Very nice. Okay, another question, just because we're in like, I'm thinking theater, media. Is there some sort of like format in the world that you love to go watch, like a live experience?
Mm.
What kind of format are you into?
I mean, I do love a good live NFL game because you are just part of a large crowd, and it is that crowd mentality, and everybody is just focused on that one thing for those 2.5, 3 hours.
Mhm.
And you can kind of just block out the rest while you're there.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to hear anything else, quite literally, when you are surrounded by that crowd. So I do think like live sports, live events like that kind of draw you in. And it kind of helps, as I say, kind of just tune out the noise around you.
Yeah, I love that. It's like community at scale.
Yes.
Very
Yes,
cool. Very
much
cool.
so.
So how about maybe something, I'm going to say that's like keeping you up at night, maybe in L&D, maybe something that's just like, just you're really not sitting with well, that you want to do something about.
I mean, something that a lot of us are grappling right now is, of course, our relationship with AI and how it's going to, and already is, impacting the work that we're doing. I think that we're starting to lean into that conversation pretty aggressively in terms of we still need to hold this space for individual humans to lean into their leadership and their way of working in their organization, but also how do we acknowledge the other member of the team, which is that AI counterpart to them. And let's not ignore the fact that that's changing the way that we're communicating with one another. That's changing the way that we're learning. It's changing the way that we're seeking information from others and building partnerships. So how do we bring that into the conversation organically and naturally in a way where the leaders see it as a part of their day, and not just think about how do we force fit it into a curriculum that may or may not suit its needs.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. And the word like augmentation comes to mind. It's something I'm hearing a lot more of, that we're not looking to have AI replace so much of what we do, but help augment and let us lean into like what, human skill set and just the creativity that we bring that AI can't.
Yes.
Which is great. And I also think another thing we've been talking about is how you should look at onboarding AI like it's a team member, right? What's your kind of approach there? What's your perspective?
I mean, I couldn't agree more with what Mackenzie said a few weeks ago, which is onboard them with the same intentionality that you would any other team member. I think I had a former colleague who did some work around the responsible way to ask for help and the responsible way to give help to others. And when you're asking for help, it's not just reaching out and saying, do you have this thing that I need? How many times have you reached out and said, hey, can you send me the deck? It's about, here's the problem I'm grappling with. Here is my context. Here's what I know. How can you be a part of this conversation, helping solve it with me? And similarly, when you're giving help to somebody else, it's about, look, this is the position from which I am helping you. This is my world context. This is my world experience, which I'm bringing to you. How might we build this together? And I think it's the same way in working with AI. It's, prompt engineering is truly, how are you sharing the context with it in a way that it's going to give you valuable information, and vice versa? How are you interpreting that information and acknowledging the context that it's bringing into it? So I think it's the same way you would onboard any other team member in that way.
Yeah. And I think on top of that, it's setting the tone with the context that's important and relevant. So, we think of like, you need to know our company's mission, visions, our ways of working. What are some maybe perspectives that are super important to us that we want to like set as the foundation? So it has almost, I guess, boundaries or guardrails, and like, where do we want you to kind of fit into our mold?
And that's where our true intuition as business leaders comes into play. The best data scientists in the world can give you the strongest data, but you still need to interpret it for your business, for your context, and how you're going to apply it. The same is true with AI. Yes.
I love it. More to come on there, because we know AI ain't going nowhere, All right. Are you ready to move on to the rapid round?
I don't know if I'm ready, but I think we're moving on there one way or the other.
Yeah, as much as you can be. I have a few questions in my back pocket for you. Sure. But is there anything like maybe you want to share with the group before we go into this, or do you feel kind of complete with what we've chatted about thus far?
No, I think let's just dive right in.
Great. All right. Let's start with, what is the best compliment you have ever received?
I once had somebody at a serving station tell me that I look a lot like Bill Gates, perhaps a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
You can do with that what you will.
Okay. An approachable Bill.
Yeah, approachable Bill. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. How about your least favorite food?
I mean, I do have a peanut allergy, so that's definitely probably pretty low on the list. Do have to be careful at those buffets at often leadership offsites. Where are they hiding? You don't want them to sneak up on you.
I did tell Nora yesterday to be careful with the peanut butter. Yeah. That was okay though?
It was great.
Okay.
It was great. Yeah.
All right. Complete this sentence. If I had a t-shirt made, my mantra would be,
one size fits all.
Can we unpack that? What's like your sub headline on that one?
I think there's a lot of strength in being able to reflect your audience and being able to meet the moment of whatever that conversation you're in is. And I think that's another one of my strengths, is my ability to kind of flex and mold to meet that situation.
So approachable Bill is a chameleon. We'll keep rolling with that one. How about something that you just tried for the first time recently?
Just over the summer, I got back into rowing as a sport. I row with a club on the Hudson River, about 15 miles north of New York City, where I live.
This sounds official, a club.
It is official. It's official. We take it pretty seriously, and nothing grounds me more than rowing, because when you're out on the water, when you're with a team, you truly can't think about anything else other than the back in front of you in that boat, and that very disciplined, very specific motion back and forth. So for me, it's very much like a reset in my day.
Yeah. It also sounds like you're someone who really appreciates like an immersive experience. You talk about going to like big sports games and it's just like you're sucked in. Same thing with being a rower. It's like, this is what you're locked in and doing.
Yeah.
Very cool. So is it like other Bill Gates-esque people that you're rowing with?
All shapes and sizes, all
One
ages.
size fits all. Just trying to
come
connect
one,
them
come all.
Yeah, come one, come all. There we go. There we go. So good. Okay, let's round us out with this one, shall we? If the world were more like me, it would be fill in the blank for Trevor.
I don't know if I want the world to be more like me. I want folks to bring what makes them unique, and I want to learn more about them. I would like to be more informed by the rest of the world.
What a lovely answer. We have never gotten that one before. Way to set the tone. Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
well, this was great. Thank you all for joining. This will not be the last time you see Trevor Ladd here behind the microphone. We did say we already have a few other things we need to cover. We're going to go more into AI. I mean, that's enough to just even get started. We have a lot more to bring to you, but today was our Meet the Team series. We have Trevor Ladd here on the line. He is our VP of Account Growth. We're so excited to have you here. And we look forward to seeing you all next week, every Thursday at thoughtium.com/live. This is Nicole and Trevor signing out.